Good evening and welcome to Manning Field for what I always mention, Thanksgiving. This being October, it's English versus Classical, and English is honoring their seniors. Louis Mangana is the first.
Our next senior, Lopez.
Kaner Lopez is the next senior. I think there's only three of them. They're a very young team that Kerry King has. I believe the last one will be Jalen Coriolan, who has a great career here at English. He's a very good player, goal scorer, good team player.
And last, not least, Jalen Galorian.
Jalen Coriolan is the last one.
Those are your 2021-22 Lynn English Bulldogs soccer.
Those are the three seniors. So Kerry King has got a few that he's got some experience for this year, and will be happy to bring them back next year and start to rebuild this program. They won the GBL in the shortened season. They were tournament entries, and now they just got a very young team, inexperienced, and they've lost some tough games. And they're on the short end of the stick this year, but these kids are getting their feet wet. They're getting good experience, and hopefully it'll bode well for them in the future. We're just about set to start here. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. So as I mentioned before, this is, as I like to call it, whenever these two teams get together, Thanksgiving and whatever month of sport it is, because regardless of what happens the rest of the year, these are the games that are important to all these kids. Some of these kids have played maybe AAU soccer or other sports, or they may be next door neighbors. They know each other. Some of them are friends. And this becomes the game you want to win. If you don't win any other games, you want to win them all, obviously, but if you're not going to win any, these are the two you want to beat, English and Classical. These are the ones that everybody remembers. Jack Mancanello in net for English. Isaiah Diaz for Classical. English is not in the hunt for the tournament. They're playing out the string. Classical has 2 games left, and they have to win them both. And also, Classical is looking for a split in the series. English defeated Classical here. And Classical, right off the bat, knocks it in the net. They knocked it in the far corner. It didn't take very long. They moved it down, they walked in, and they banged it home. That was very quickly. Irma Payas just ripped that one. Mancanello came out to try to block and cut down the angle, and he got it by him and knocked it from the far side. He knocked it in the near post on your TV. Would have been the far post from where he was shooting it from. And just like that, Classical, we said they're trying to avenge the loss to English the first one. English was awarded a penalty kick, and they wound up winning the game 1-0. Now, Classical player goes down. Sliding to try and knock the ball away, and they took the Classical player down. The Classical player is getting up. I think it was Gomez that made the defensive play. And on top of that, Mancanello gets to kick it away. He was coming off a very tough game against Everett. They gave up 8 goals, 6 of them in the first half. Broken up, English keeps control. And now it's Glasgow taking it away. And too far ahead. Glasgow picked it off. They gave it back to Halimi. Knocked out a half a mile away. They don't have ball boys or ball girls, so they have to chase the ball down. So Glasgow kind of shocks them right away. Bang. Scoring the goal. They chip it ahead. Knocked away by English. Glasgow takes it away. Shot from long range goes wide left and out of play. Mancanello drives it away. And Glasgow picks it off. Coming down the far side. He threw the pass behind. He might have had a shot from that point, but the pass was behind, and now throwing it upfield, it goes out of play. And this comes in at 4-8-2. Glasgow 6-8-2. So this one, and I think Glasgow's home next week against Somerville, and they have to win both of these. And that's not going to be any pleasure, because that will just get them into a preliminary round game in the tournament, and they could be playing anywhere. And they're going to call it a takedown. English is going to get a free kick from about the 5-yard line. And I think they're going to call it a penalty kick. They're going to give English a penalty kick. Who's Mangano? Against Diaz. They called him. They took him down, and they called a penalty kick. Mangano looking to tie the game up. And he knocked it home easily. Second game in a row, English has got a penalty kick. Second time they've converted. So just like that, we're back where we started. One apiece. And Mangano was one of those seniors. A nice way to end your senior year at Manning Field. Getting at least one. We got a long way to go. blocked and knocked away. Glasgow tracks it down. And he tried to tip it in front, blocked and knocked away by the English defense. And English tried to keep it in, couldn't. And English knocks it out again. Picked off by Glasgow. Coming down the far side. Looking to throw it in front. Headed away. That was Illman, I believe, getting the head on it and knocking it out. And now it gets knocked out. I think Glasgow's going to get a corner kick. Coming from the far side. He moved the flag. The referee blew the whistle and said, put it back. High in the air. English gets a head on it and knocked it away. Glasgow gets a foot on it. And English finally clears it away. He gets knocked deep by Ventura. English threw it behind the attendant receiver, Mangana. And then Glasgow came up and knocked it out. We'll get a substitution for English. He was knocked out by Ryan Dahl. No, English knocks it deep. Dahl knocks it away. Gets by everybody. A little behind the back pass. Gets it to Aylman. He gets around and he knocks it deep. They threw it behind Aylman. He has to hustle. It was Keenan Lopez. He's one of the seniors. He saved that from going out. Glasgow takes it away. English breaks it up. And go off an English foot. Glasgow defense will pick it up. There's Ventura. Back to Halimi. We've already had twice as many goals as we've had in the first game. Mancanello will grab it, throw it upfield. First game, as I mentioned, was 1-0 on a penalty kick, and it was tough. Elzon Halimi, the defender for Glasgow, has had a terrific year. He's really played well. He's as good anywhere in the field. He has a shot of kicking the ball in. He's got a foot and a half. And he wound up waiting for the ball to come to him in the end zone. And it was a rainy night. And it took a hop, bounced up, and unfortunately it got him in the hand. And that gave English the penalty kick, and Corey Alon knocked it home. And that was it, 1-0. It was a terrible mishap for Halimi, who's had nothing but an outstanding career here at Glasgow. And it was a tough way. Tough for him, obviously. Ferrara took it away. Picked off by Dahl. Repicked by Ferrara. And they're going to call the contact. Sarmento, he didn't really go down. He lost his balance, was about to go down, held himself up, and they blew the whistle anyway. So the free kick will come from just outside the 30-yard line. Corey Alon will take it just about straight on, but he ripped it way far left and out of play. Just shanked it. So we're deadlocked at 1, English and Glasgow. We got a timeout down the field. We come out of the timeout dead even, 1 apiece. Glasgow scored very quickly. English got it back on a great rush by Mangano. When he got taken down, he was awarded a penalty kick, and he knocked it home. So that little momentum Glasgow had was taken away quickly by the Bulldogs. Glasgow keeps it in. And they break it up. And English knocks it upfield. Dahl with it. Ventura will knock it deep. And it'll be Lopez knocking it out. Dahl will take the throw in. English takes it away. That was Lopez. They knock it deep. Corey Alon was way offside. It took him a while to blow the whistle, but he was a mile offside. Halimi will kick it away. Glasgow finally collects. They had to push it back. He just took it away. Lopez gives it back to Lopez. Glasgow picked it off, but they tipped it right to English. They knock it deep, looking for a break. I don't think they're going to get there. They're going to can't save it. It goes out. Corey Alon with it. Back to Aylman. And got tipped away. Ventura almost gave it away. They knock it deep right to the net. Diaz makes the basket catch. High and deep, well past midfield. Classical pops it to the near side, headed away. Ailman trying to save it. I don't think he can. Classical will get the throw in. Classical gets double teamed, but they come up with the ball. And now it goes out off Classical. Dahl reached around and got a foot on it, but English comes away with it. And they look to knock it deep. Halimi knocks it away. Classical knocks it loose, but they knock it out. Ailman trying to track it down. Classical winds up with it. But Payas is all by himself. And then they knocked him down. So it's nice to see the young man get up and walk out of his own steam. I'm sure we'll see him back. Mancanello gets the boot away. And Lopez picks off the pass. Tipped by. Lopez comes away with it. Takes the shot, just spun around. And as he was spinning, he was shooting the ball at the same time and just pulled it wide left. Good effort by Danny Lopez. Not from lack of effort that Danny Lopez doesn't get a couple of goals a game. He works very hard. They booted deep by everybody. Ailman got a head on it. I think it was Gomez getting a head on it. Classical takes it back. English takes it away. They bang it off. It was Romero banging it off Classical. English, Classical. It's still hard to say. Greater Boston League. Boys soccer. And Canelo boots it away. It got knocked down. And just headed away by Ailman. Nice job. Popped up. Ailman get the head on it again. They bang it off. Classical. Ailman pops it up. He's been busy the last minute or so. And there he is again. Get involved a couple of more times. He gets his foot on it again. That was an Ailman moment or better. English coming back. They knock it deep. They almost completed it. Dahl with a nice defensive play. Looked like that pass was going to get through to Mangana. And Dahl, almost at the last second, just stuck almost like a toe or a heel and tipped it away. Good defense by Ryan Dahl. And now Classical knocks it out. Halfway through and counting this first half. Deadlocked at 1. Little collision with Lopez and Dahl. He just gets around. Glasgow takes it back. If they knock it too deep, it's going to go out of play. Hillman gets it back. Get it to the middle. Now they try to knock it deep. English with a break. Pops straight up. Glasgow heads it away. It skips by everybody. And Glasgow takes it away again. Nice defense by English, breaks it up. Glasgow gets it to the middle. Couple of nice shifts taking it in. They dump it to the far side. Glasgow looking to get it out in front. Tipped away and cleared away by Aylman. Boy, he's really playing well. There was a white shirt there waiting to maybe trying to poke that home. Aylman knocked it away. Glasgow overran it, got it back, broken up again. English takes it away. And we got a collision. They take Danny Lopez down. And it'll be a free kick. Mancanello will come and take it. Right about midfield. He can certainly reach the net from here. Just inside midfield. He drives it right to the net. Diaz makes the basket catch with 3 maroon shirts all around him. Pops straight up. Glasgow finally tips it away, and they carry it away. And he tried to give and go, and he knocked it behind. Would have had the right idea. Broken up. Can't get the shot off. And Glasgow clears it away, and that's Aylman again. And we got English player down. And we got another English player down, run over by Gerdia. Both English players got up. And Mancanello will get another free kick. Drives it again. English got a head on it, but deflected it to the right of the net and out of play. Just under 10 minutes left in this 1-1 first half. Glasgow scored almost immediately, grabbing a 1-0 lead and a nice rush by Louis Mangana. He was taken down and awarded a penalty shot, and he knocked it home. No. Glasgow had to play it. It looked like it was going to go out off English, but it didn't. Classical trying to come down that far side. Gets by. Trying to center it. English got a piece of it and knocked it out. Classical will get the throw in down deep. And we got Classical taken down just outside the 10-yard line. A little bit of an angle to the far side. And I think this is going to be Halimi. And he can certainly put it on the money. He's got a few of these and knocked a few of these into the net this year. He drives it. Mancanello plays it on a hop. Good bid. Good hard shot. Took a very big hop. Mancanello got a good look and able to make the save. Lopez has to back it up. Haskell takes it away. And they nice little give and go, but they threw it. It went right through the shoe tops of Payas. They made the nice little pass. Morales made the nice pass looking for Payas. They had 2-on-1. And Payas just watched it bounce right over his foot. He would have been standing in front of Mancanello all by himself. Haskell broke it up. English knocked it out. Trying to knock it deep. Ventura got a piece of it. And English overran it. Now they get it back. And he couldn't keep it in. It went out. And he pushed it too far, went out of play. We're in the final 2 minutes. Back and forth we go. Haven't been too many chances since we scored 1-1. They knock it deep. Dahl will head it away. Lopez knocks it back. Halimi knocks it away. From long range, diving and making the save. It looked like it might have gone wide left, but Diaz wanted to make sure. Off that shot by Rigoberto Gomez. Well, excuse me, off Contreras. I'll look at the right roster. Winding down is virtual dead even first half. Arsenal had that one other chance with 2-on-1, and the pass just bounced over the foot of Payas. He would have been dead center right in front by himself, head to head with Mancanello, but it just bounced over his foot. I said the final 2 minutes. The clock has been off through the first half, and the sun has blocked it quite a bit. It's shaded up now, so there's actually 9 minutes left in this first half. I didn't think it could be that quick. So I apologize for that, but for a while we couldn't see the clock because of the sun. And then there was a while where they didn't turn the clock on. They had to call down and find out how much time was left so they could straighten the clock out. Battle going on. Everybody trying to get a piece. Ferraro was battling. I think with Jose Gomez, they finally called Gomez for contact. Now it gets knocked out by Dahl. And they blow the whistle because they put the ball in play right in front of me. The ball should have been put further up field. Aylman will do the honors. Gomez went down. Glasgow gets by. Now English takes it away. Glasgow goes down. Looking to knock it deep. Trying to send Mangana in. He takes it away, takes the shot. Just got it over the crossbar. He stayed with it. He picked it away from Ryan Dahl and just one-timed it, and it just sailed over the top crossbar. Actually hit the football goalpost on the way by. Hellman punched it. He hit it off Lopez. It wound up downfield for Glasgow. Alhimi pushes it to the side. Trying to get it to the middle. It got picked off. That's Danny Lopez. Gets it back. Is it to Keener Lopez? I don't know if they're related. Mancanella boots it high in the air. He was trying to keep it in. He knocked it all the way back to the English end. A benefit for Glasgow. They were looking for a give and go. They got the give, but they didn't get the go. They gave it back and then just stood and watched. They didn't go to the net. And they thought they were going to the net, so they pushed the ball ahead. And it went out of play. Gomez knocked it down. They give it back to Mancanello. And he gives it to Aylman. Glasgow almost took it away. Aylman gets it up to Lopez. And his pass too far ahead for Aylman. And it got picked off by Alvarez. Alvarez with it. A little shift. Down the near side. Try to throw it in front. They had a little too much foot on it. Threw it too far. Back to Ventura. Halimi with it. Gomez. They give it to the near side to Dahl. Dahl tried to give it back and actually just booted it away. It was behind Dahl and went out of play. Lopez had it, lost it. How does that ball go to English? Lopez had it, bobbled it. He was the only one anywhere near the ball. And went out off him, and they gave it to Glasgow. I don't think I'll ever learn this game. Halimi tried to blast that upfield, and he blasted it off Lopez. High bounce. Aylman got a piece of it. Lopez lost it. Corleone gets it. Trying to knock it deep, picked off easily by the defensive Glasgow. Sliding and knocking away is Corleone. A nice defensive play. And it wasn't Corleone, it was Ferrara. He was trying to knock it deep. Dahl heads it away. Aylman knocks it upfield. Dahl with it. Gomez back to Dahl. They get in the middle. Lead pass. Got through to Morelos. Gets tipped. Morelos not going to get there in time to keep it in play. It goes out, and we'll have a little lull waiting for a ball. Jack Manganiello's going to have to go chase the ball. The time will be officially kept now as the clock reaches 2 minutes, but it'll be a little bit longer than 2 minutes because now this lull, I'm sure the official shuts their clock off, waiting for the ball to come back. And a couple of those injuries that were down. Lopez, he's been a busy young man through this. He's had his foot on the ball quite a bit. Ferrara threw it behind. Paez was there to pick it off. And again, I think Glasgow thought they were going to the net. Instead, they backed away, and they threw it upfield, and Manganiello was able to get to it easily. Blocked. Sarmiento did a nice job blocking that. Aylman gets a piece and knocked it away from Morelos. They tip it ahead. Dahl has been active. And they blow the whistle, and that'll be the half. So, Glasgow got out very quickly. A very quick goal by Emma Paez from the far side, walked in and beat Manganiello to the far side. And then a great rush by Mangana. He got taken down. A lot of the penalty shot, he knocked it home. All that was fairly early. And it was just back and forth after that. And it winds up with English and Glasgow dead even exactly where they were at halftime. We'll start the second half even. English won, Glasgow won at halftime. Welcome back as we're set to start the second half. As I always call it, Thanksgiving in October, English and Glasgow. And we're right back where we started, dead even. Glasgow scored very quickly with Ima Paez knocking it home from in close, and then a penalty kick by Luis Mangana tied it up, and that was all fairly early in the half. And it was back and forth after that. Classical had the best chance. They had a 2-on-1. It was Morellis with a nice little give and go with Payas again. And he was walking in all by himself in front, 2 feet in front of Mancanello for a would-be tie-breakup goal. And the ball bounced right over his foot. He never got the shot off. It went out of play, and English kicked it away. Other than that, both goaltenders had a fairly easy time. Skips by everybody. Classical down deep. They tried to center it. English blocked it. English took it away. Nice job. That was either Gomez or Romero. And actually it wasn't. It was Aylman again. Ferrara gets it to the middle. Danny Lopez. Coriolan trying to get it upfield to Mangana, breaking, and it was Ventura breaking it up. English gets taken down. Is this going to be a penalty kick? He was in the end zone. It was inadvertent. And it is. It's going to be a penalty kick. English is going to get another one. Coriolan is going to take the penalty kick. This will be the 3rd penalty kick that English has got against Classical in 2 games. One of the officials, I thought he was going over to talk to the other official. He's just cleaning up in front. So now Coriolan got the goal in the last game on a penalty kick that won the game. Now he gets a chance to do it again. He's one of the seniors. And he knocks it home. So 2 penalty kicks for English. That's Coriolan's 2nd in 2 games. And as I mentioned, the last game, 1-0. His penalty kick late in the game was the difference, 1-0. And on senior night for English, 2 of the seniors have scored the goals. As I mentioned, they're looking for a sweep against Classical. They won the first one, 1-0. Classical come out, looked like they were really hungry, scoring a goal very quickly. But they haven't really come close since. Even that little give and go with Payas, it never really got to the net. So English does what Glasgow did in the first half. They score very early. They tried to head it back in. Halimi couldn't keep it in. We're in the second half. The next game will also be Thanksgiving in October, because it'll be the girls' version. Glasgow went down, English went down. Both aren't getting up. And they come out and check on both of them. Nice to see they both got up, and it was gingerly, but they both went to their respective benches by themselves. Mancanello came out and got that perfect free kick from Halimi and just whacked it away. It took one of his own teammates down in the process. Let's go back. Trying to center it. It got deflected. They let it go through to Mancanello. He slides, buries it, and he'll get up and kick it away. No, he doesn't. He just throws it over to Aylman. He was looking to knock it very deep. Corleone looked like he was offside. He slips past, drills it, got it over Diaz, but just got it over the crossbar. Great bid by Corleone. He made a great move to get away from the defender, ripped the shot, put it right in the middle of the net, but just about a foot or two high. Diaz leaped, wasn't going to get it, but it went over the net and out of play. That would have been a huge goal. Sarmento knocks it down deep. Knocking it to the net, Mancanello comes out, makes the basket catch. They get it back to Lopez, and he gets tripped and knocked down from behind by Gerdia. Corleone will take the kick from just outside the 30-yard line. He doesn't take it. He gives it to Aylman down the far side. A little shift, walking in, tries to throw it in front. Klasko blocked it. So that play didn't work. Corleone drills the shot. Diaz makes the save, left the rebound, but dove on it just before English came walking by to get a piece of it. That was Mangana. Sarmento trying to walk in, taken down from behind. So we go from one free kick to another. This will be dead center from about the 15-yard line. Nice rush by Sarmento. He was just going to go by and line up trying to get the shot on net, and he was taken down. Halimi will take it from the 15-yard line. He's going to have a little bit of steam on this one. He sets up, I call it the picket fence, a little wall they set up at the 5-yard line. Drills it off the crossbar. He beat everybody, and it went off the top crossbar and bounced out. Haskell came that close to tying it up. Halimi has done that all year. He scored a lot of goals for Glasgow. This is virtually a must-win for Classical. A tie doesn't do them any good. They need to win their last two games to get into the state tournament. And now with just over 30 minutes left, we're going to get a timeout down the field. So a very quick timeout. Not quite 10 minutes into the second half. But English is kind of stunned Classical, getting that very quick goal like Classical did in the first half. Classical gets their second penalty shot of the game, their third They've scored 3 goals against Classical in 2 games. All 3 of them have been penalty shots. Classical takes it away. English picks it off. 3-on-2 for English for the moment. They waited too long to make the pass. They get it through, but they waited too long. Shot blocked. I think that was Sarmento. Might have been, it wasn't Sarmento, it was Halimi. Bouncing around, the English trying to get control. And it goes out off Classical. Goalie along, we'll put it in play. Knocked away. Payer's got a foot on it. Sarmento has to kick it back. Classical will start it down the far side. Looking to get it in the middle. Payas broken up nicely. That was Dario Gomez with that nice defensive play taking it away. And now English knocks it deep. And they're trying to get there first. Halimi got there first and knocked it away. And they try to give it back to Halimi. They knocked it out of play. I think that was Aylman flying down that far side trying to get to the ball first. He beat the first defender, but Halimi, the center fielder on defense, came over and knocked it to the goaltender who knocked it out. Halimi heads it away. English takes it away. Loose. Classical connects. English knocks it away. Lopez gives it up. Amber with a nice little shift. They wind up giving it back to Mancanello. And he boots it upfield. Haskell steps in front of the pass. And Mangana took Faveros down. Canelo will kick it away. He was popping it up. Ferrara knocks it ahead. Corleone trying to just tip it. All the way back to Gomez. Corleone. Lost it. Classical took it away. And English knocks it out of play into the English bench area. And we'll have a sub for Classical. Hillman broke it up, and here's Gomez knocking it away. To the middle. Down the far side. Payers put that right on the money. It looked like it might even go in. Mancanello went up, just got a hand on it, tipped it away, tipped it from the far side to the near side, and then went and got it. Payers looking for his second goal. Almost knocked it in from a very tough angle. He gets around, still with it, got taken down, and let's see what they're going to call. He was in the end zone. Let's see if this is going to be a penalty kick. They're not giving him a penalty kick. They're giving him a free kick. It's a little shorter and out a little bit wider than a corner kick. Everybody was thinking, will he get a penalty kick? They drill it high over the net and out of play, off the foot of Halimi. It wasn't Halimi, it was Alvarez. I just get used to having Halimi take the kicks. Senior night here. Glasgow already had their senior night, so it was senior night for English with their three seniors, Luis Mangana, Kaino Lopez, and Jalen Coriolan. And it'll be the entire city of Lynn with the classical seniors. I think there's 12 of them. Alvarez trying to work his way around. Can't, gets double teamed. Classical tried to get a shot, it got blocked. Sarmiento out in front, it got blocked nicely by Gomez on a nice play. And now over the shoulder by Dahl. He was facing the net and he knocked it over his shoulder the other way. When it looked like English might have a breakaway with Coriolan. Oslo trying to move it down. English gets there first and knocks it away. That was Rugman Johan Pena with the defensive play. And I think we're going to get another timeout. Almost to the halfway mark of this second half. Glasgow got on the board first. English got 2 penalty kicks, made them both, and that's the difference. 2-1 English with just over a half of a half left here at Manning Field. Halimi will look what he can do from the 30-yard line. He can certainly put it on net. I know Mancanello was aware of that. He drills it, and Mancanello, that probably was going to go wide to the near side, but Mancanello made sure. That Halimi from almost any place can put the ball on the net. Pena drops it back. Gomez gives it all the way back. And Klaus was going to get called. we've had more vicious takedowns than that, but they call it. As Lopez went down, Mancanello will kick it away. And he drills it deep. Glasgow trying to let it go out. English gets there first. Glasgow has to play it. Good hustle by Mangana. Just past the halfway mark of this second half. 2-1. English trying to make it 2 in a row over Glasgow. They knock it deep, and too deep. Diaz comes out, gets it. And now we got English taken down again. And they give it a yellow card. Goody was going to have to go to the sideline for a while. And Mancanello can kick it from midfield. Glasgow will have to send a sub in. Very selective. Knock people down. Sometimes they call it, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they give yellow cards, sometimes they don't. Headed away by Glasgow. English trying to knock it down. They couldn't get the shot off. Still trying to get a shot off. Diaz makes the save. Everybody trying to get a foot on it. And I wish I could tell you who got that shot, but I don't have a number 16 on my English roster. But he ripped it, and Diaz made a very nice save. And here he is breaking up the play. They flip it. Glasgow trying to get loose, trying to walk in. Shot blocked out in front. That was Lopez. It blocked again. Two big blocks out in front. First one was Lopez. Second one, I believe, was that number 16 again, who I don't know. And they're trying to walk in, defense from behind. Nice job by Gomez. They've come up good, English defense, that back line. Illman, Gomez, Pena. It drifts all the way out. English is able to clear it away. And they clear it deeper. Upfield too far ahead. I don't know if that 16 is 18. Could be Donovan Barrios. Cruz clears it away. So that last play was Barrios, but the other play where the shot dead center, I think that might have been Barrios as well. But it was number 16 making the defensive play. Now Barrios knocks it deep. And they almost did make the call. When they didn't, English retaliated by taking Classical down. Mangana went down. They didn't call it right away. And then he was a little bit upset they didn't call it. He reached in and tripped up the Classical player, and he went down. So we'll have to see what they call after they get back to everything. But initially it would be, after the whistle, would be a free kick for English. But they're working on the Classical kid that's down, and let's hope he gets back up. As we get back, it is going to be Crowley on with the free kick. I think they gave yellow cards to both teams. A little chippy out here with English and Classical. Crowley drills it. Classical heads it away. And then they boot it away. They knock it deep, looking for a break. Mancanello came out of the net. The defense is going to save the goal. Mancanello came out, had no chance. I don't think the Classical player knew what was going on. He could have taken all day to take the shot. It was either Payas or Jose Gomez. They had the entire net to shoot at. All they had to do was take their time, but they rushed it, and it was Gomez coming over and knocking it away and saving it from going in. They could have just walked in. Mancanello came way out, ran right by the ball. He was way out of the net, out of the play completely. And he didn't take their time. He just hurried the shot. Didn't get a lot on it. Gomez was able to catch up, block it, and knock it out. English almost with a break. Now Classical gets run over by English. They're going to remember that play if it ends up 2-1. Diaz knocks it up and away. I mentioned before, a tie does not help Classical. They have to win this. So even if they get another goal, they don't need one, they need two. If they tie, then even if they win their last game against Somerville, they will not be in the state tournament. They won't even be in what would be the qualifying round for the state tournament. Off the back foot of the receiver, that was Payas. Gomez gets run into and run over by Ferrara. Halimi will take the kick. But the tournament won't mean as much as if the score stays 2-1. English will sweep the series, and that two Classical players breathing on Mancanello as he makes the catch and goes down. Wearing his bright orange uniform. Boots it straight up in the air. A couple of guys got heads on it. Classical winds up with it. Shot from long range off the foot of Alvarez, goes wide left. the big thing, nobody remembers who made the state tournament. Possibly if you won the state tournament, they might remember, but nobody remembers qualifying for the state tournament as much as they do who won the English classical game. Classical got run over. That was Viveros. And Halimi will get to kick it away. Blocked, headed away, and booted deep away by English. Leon ran over Classical again. English is kind of packing in a little bit. They only have 2 players upfield. They have 8 players in deep, playing defense, trying to keep the ball away, nursing that 2-1 lead. And now, I don't know if this is Ryan Dahl that's down. He's sitting down. I don't know if it's an ankle, a leg. Close, just 9.5 minutes left in this one. English looking for a sweep over Classical, and that would be huge for the Bulldogs and devastating for the Rams. So they get Dahl over to the side. Halimi will kick it, and he looks like he's going to be okay. Got it, but deflected it all the way back to midfield. Viveros trying to knock it deep. Mancanello come out, play it. Way out to the near side, a good distance away from the net. And he'll take his time and kick it away. And he boots it straight up in the air. English heads it back the other way. And Halimi knocked it away. Knocked away nicely by Gomez, who's played very well. Sarmiento looking to walk in, takes the shot. It went wide right. He guessed right. Mancanello was coming to the near post, looking the shot to come there. He went to the far post, but missed it by a couple of feet. English couldn't keep it in. They lost it in their own bench area. Now the thing was knocked out by Classical. Bodies go down. Ailman tried to make a move, got lifted off his feet, and he went down. Goalie Alarm will get the shot from about the 25-yard line. A little bit of an angle, not much. It gets deflected by Classical, and that's going to give English a corner kick. They set up that little picket fence, as I call it, and they got a piece of Coley Alarm's shot. And now the kick will come from the far side, the free kick, the corner kick, as we got 7 minutes and counting. Out in front, they got a piece of it. It actually went off the foot. I think that was Mangana. It went off his foot and it just went over the top crossbar. And actually that was Barrios that got the foot on it. Out in front, Oscar looking for the kick. Couldn't get it. Now they can't get it off. And we got a takedown. And let's see what happens now. Oscar fans are getting excited. This could be a penalty kick to tie it up. It is going to be a penalty kick. I think it's Halimi that's going to take it. Moscow players being helped out. They'll go behind the net out of play. And the trainer will take care of them over there. Now they're going to try and walk them back. So this will be Halimi against Mancanello. 1 tick over 6 minutes showing on the clock. Glasgow with a chance for it. First penalty kick in the 2 games for Glasgow. He knocks it home. Mancanello guessed right, but he couldn't get there. It's almost fitting because in the first game it was a inadvertent bounce that hit Halimi on the hand that gave English the penalty kick, and it cost Glasgow the win. So now Halimi comes back and he gets the penalty kick and he knocks it home to tie it up. But Glasgow fans can't get too excited because a tie is not going to be enough. They tip it ahead. And he knocked it a little bit behind. They wait for it. A lot of one-on-one over there. Finally gave it up, but they gave it to English. And English will clear it away. They had a couple of people breaking, but they didn't make the pass. Halimi, they tried to make the pass that time to Barrios, and Halimi knocked it away. Lopez with a couple of moves. English down the far side. Glasgow slides and knocks it out. English with the quick throw in. It skipped past. I get it to Gomez. And Gomez gets stripped up. Mancanello will come up and take the kick. Just inside midfield. Throws it to the net. Shot hop. Diaz played that nicely. That's one of those, it almost like bounced almost right at his ankles. He just scooped it up with a couple of maroon shirts hanging around him. Ailman keeps it in play. Broken up nicely. Tipped ahead, trying to walk in, still there. Still looking for it. The English finally clears it away. Alvarez kept going to the net. Diaz knocks it down. He's all the way out to the 25-yard line. and he gave it away. The shot got blocked. Diaz was out of the net. He gave the ball away. And Klasko made the defensive play of the game. Right there, the net was wide open. And they'll get to kick it away. Unbelievable. Diaz came out almost to the 25-yard line. His kick got blocked. English picked it off. They had a wide open net to shoot at. And at the last minute, I think it was Rigoberto Gomez who blocked it and knocked it out. And Halimi will kick it away. Unbelievable. Klasko almost gave it away. Alvarez made a great rush. And now Klasko gets knocked down. And it'll be a free kick coming. The English player is down as well. So Rigoberto Gomez made that great play on what would have been an easy goal. And now players go down, and Halimi is going to get a shot that could give Klasko a come-from-behind win. We're in the final 2 minutes. We're tied at 2. And I mentioned a tie does not help Klasko at all. First and foremost, English would win the series between the two, a win and a tie. Secondly, a tie would make Klasko 6-8-3. And they would come up a point shy if they win the next game. They drill it wide. They got a head on it, and they knocked it wide. I think that was Dahl. He got his head on it and just knocked it wide and over the net and out of play. So English with their 3 penalty kicks looked like they might knock Klasko off 2 in a row, leading 2-1. But then Klasko gets a penalty kick. Halimi breaks it home. Javios keeps it in. And now it's 2-2, so Klasko needs to score. They tip it back, walking in, and they knock it home. 2 goals in the last 2 minutes. Can you believe that? Alvarez made a couple of great runs but couldn't get shots off. He kept going around, he got in close, and he banged it home. And Klasko comes all the way back. They scored 2 goals in the last 2 minutes, and they keep their hopes alive. As it's now 3-2. Klasko on top. Hellman trying to walk in. Halimi breaks him up. And then Halimi gets taken down. What a turn of events. Klasko's going to even up the series. This is going to be a really tough loss for the Bulldogs. They went into sort of a defensive mode, trying to keep Klasko off the board. The penalty kick tied it up. And now a great play by Alvarez. And Classical has scored 2 in the last 2 minutes. They're not only going to tie up the series, as English is offside. They're not only going to tie up the series, but they're going to keep their hopes alive for a tournament berth. Even though they could be playing Springfield, Sturbridge, Drake at Cape Cod, who knows where. I think the most important product is they're going to tie the series, and English is not going to get a sweep. And that's going to hurt the Bulldogs. They just put 2 guys up offensively. They kept everybody else back defensively, trying to keep the ball out of the net, and they couldn't do it. They blow the whistle, and that's going to do it. It's going to be a happy time for Classical and a bitter ending for the Bulldogs. Classical got out very quickly with Payas scoring a goal in just about a minute. Then there was a penalty kick for English, and Louis Mangana knocked it home. It was 1-1 at halftime. Another penalty kick for English. Jalen Corleone, his second penalty kick in the 2 games. His first penalty kick won the first game. It put English ahead 2-1. It stayed that way until the final 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden a rush by Payas. He got taken down, a penalty kick, and Elzon Halimi banged the penalty kick home to tie it, and then with time winding down, Jair Alvarez made a great rush, beat everybody, walked in almost from point-blank range, tipped it by the diving Mancanello to make it 3-2. Classical will get a split. They'll go 1-1 against English. They'll go to 7-8-2, and they'll have a chance against Somerville next week to even their series and get a berth in the tournament. And a bitter, bitter loss for the Bulldogs, leading 2-1. In the final 2 minutes, they give up 2 goals. They're going to drop to 4-9-2. And the final score, Lynn Classical 3, English 2. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.